What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Dead Can Dance, and we're jumping back to the debut album, 1984, self-titled. Thank you to Vera, who provided Ion and who's provided other their material. Thank you to Amber, who provided the first three albums. And yes, the first track on the debut self-titled album is The Fatal Impact, which sounds very intense. It sounds like the end of a great fall, when not only is impact made, but it is fatal. It results in a loss of life. Now, of course, that could be figurative or not literally the final outcome for someone falling from a building or some great height, but certainly the intensity of the phrase suggests lethality. It suggests that something or someone has died. And so that could be, like a relationship, the fatal impact, the final moment it hit rock bottom and ceased to be. It could be, again, a metaphor for something that is not as immediately visual and physical as it sounds, but maybe it could have meanings on multiple levels. Maybe there won't be a clear indication. Again, I've heard enough of their music to know that not everything is in English, and sometimes it's more about atmosphere and vibe than a full and clear narrative per se. So let's just give it a listen, but I am excited to jump back to the debut album, so let's hear it. This is Dead Can Dance, the first track on their 1984 self-titled album, and it's called The Fatal Impact. quite the atmospheric opener, and no vocals or lyrics to speak of. So, yeah, I will say number one, some of the sounds in there, especially at the start, made me think that, oh, one possibility I omitted or failed to think of in my intro, that is of a more literal and physical reading of the title phrase, is the fatal impact of an aircraft, some, like whether a plane or a helicopter or something, or a zeppelin for that matter. But yes, the idea of, metal and, plastic and hard materials running aground, and all of the humans on board not surviving the crash. And I'd say the atmosphere of the tune was kind of in that vein, not just some of the sounds, but the kind of wicked feel of the track. And in fact, this is 84. I was thinking during part of this that, if Elizabeth Fraser started singing, it could sound maybe like Cocteau Twins at the darker end of their catalog, and, maybe like Garland's Cocteau Twins. So definitely there's a kind of a cycling, heavy, dark feeling, and even a couple moments along the way that felt like overtly dissonant, like a bit uncomfortable. So, yes, but at the same time, it had this very evocative kind of feel. So, like this darkly alluring and yet wicked sound or atmosphere overall, and definitely a very artful type of piece, which feels, that from the very beginning, they clearly were, staking out kind of their own territory. So, yes, I'm keen to hear this. Thank you again to Amber, and also again to Vera for providing the opening of the Dead Can Dance. I was going to say Cocteau Twins. My brain is like, no. The Dead Can Dance deep dive. And as I said, I am very curious to hear how similar to or different from the, let's say, medieval, Middle Ages music heavy Ion album this will be relative to. I lost my parallel structure there, but I think you know the meaning. In any case, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.